Atas itu, pagi tadi saya juga bertemu dengan Tuan Yang Terutama dan Tuan Yang Terutama telah pun memperakukan untuk membubar Dewan.
It's been a busy year for us Malaysians, from the coronavirus to the political turmoil we experienced earlier in the year. So it should come as no surprise that many of you might not have heard of the Sabah elections coming up. So many of you might not have realized, but actually the Sabah government has been dissolved and they have nobody in charge right now. So, jom kita berbincang tentang kawan-kawan kita di Sabah. Shafi Abdal, the love of Mahedam, Bong Mukhtar, Anifa Aman, and Musa Aman isn't running. So, it seems that UMNO Sabah has not put him up as a candidate in the following Sabah elections. These are some of the names that you might be hearing throughout the next few days up until the 26th of September, when the election will take place in Sabah. And tensions are already flaring. So, what led to all this? In 2018, the 14th general election was held, and to many this seemed like a new beginning for our country. Pakatan Harapan won the rights to federal power back in GE14, and it all seemed done and dusted there. However, it wasn't done for many people in Sabah. Back in G14, Sabah had 60 seats up for grabs, with both BN and PN winning 29 seats each. This meant, however, they were caught in a deadlock. This deadlock was then broken as some allegiances were swapped, and this led to Warisan President Shafi Abdal winning the majority. Musa Aman, who has been in the hot seat since 2004, wasn't too happy about giving up his post as Chief Minister to Shafi Abdal, who was being sworn in that very night. Musa Aman goes on to file a lawsuit to be the lawful Chief Minister of Sabah, disapproving Shafi's appointment. However, trouble was looming around the corner for Musa Aman, as he was soon charged with receiving bribes, and also he got his lawsuit and eventual appeal denied by both the High Court and the Court of Appeals. Not a good day for him. You just might think we're done with this piece. However, this doesn't end well for Musa, as in 2019, he was further charged with money laundering. To rub salt in the wound, the court also dismissed his appeal on the Chief Minister post lawsuit. Now, coming into 2020, following weeks of political drama in Semenanjung, the federal government crumbled, and it was now under Perikatan Nasional, and consequently, Muhyiddin Yassin was sworn in as our 8th Prime Minister. Following those events, all 46 corruption charges against Musa Aman were dropped, and he went back to business not long after. In July, Musa claimed to have a simple majority to form a new Sabah government. However, Shafi swiftly met with the Sabah governor in order to seek the State Assembly's dissolution. What this meant was snap polls. Unfortunately, again for Musa, he fails in his attempt to prove a simple majority. This resulted in the election committee calling for a Sabah state election on the 26th of September. In one last-ditch effort, Musa Aman and 32 state lawmakers decided to sue the Sabah governor, Shafi Abdal, and the election commission in one last hurrah. And if you're wondering how that turned out, if you've been paying any attention to the story I've been telling, it doesn't end well for Musa. He fails in his bid to do so, and alas, here we are still talking about the Sabah election. And if you're wondering what is Musa up to now, well, unfortunately, things doesn't get better for him. According to Bong Mukhtar, he is no longer running in the Sabah elections. He has not been named as a candidate for UMNO Sabah, and a newbie will instead take his place. Muhammad Hamzan Awang Sufyan is slated to take his position and will be running for his seat that Musa has defended for 6 long terms since 1994. Social media went into a frenzy upon his announcement that he will be heading to Sungai Manila. We're quite curious as to see what happens in Musa Aman's absence, who will step up and who will be bringing the fight. It will be interesting to see what happens on the 26th of September. 73 areas and 447 candidates. Sabah has been through quite a lot, from new government, back to the old government, back to the new government again. So, what sets this apart from other Sabah elections? Well, for one, it's happening during the coronavirus pandemic, which, as many of you all know, have not been easy for us Malaysians. It will be interesting to see how the SOP will it be maintained during the Sabah elections come polling day. Furthermore, what sets this Sabah election apart is because of all the political turmoil we're having. This Sabah election will set some sort of precedent for the next general election coming up, and it will be interesting to see who comes up on top now and what happens in the future. You may be wondering, where can I get the latest results and the news on the Sabah election? I've got good news for you. We've got Newswav. Newswav will be providing you with a fully dedicated tab of all things Sabah election related. All the information you need is now right at your fingertips. All you have to do is download the Newswav app. Okay, that's all we got for you on what led up to the 2020 Sabah elections. We hope you've learned a thing or two and are more interested in politics now. Or possibly more afraid. Thanks for joining us, and do remember to check out our app and do keep up with our weekly recaps with Auntie Bell on all things good, bad, you should know by now. Thanks for joining us. See you guys next time.